it's so cute. Like I have the floodlights on, and she's laying right in front of the floodlights because it produces heat. So I guess she's trying to say she's cold, but she's barking too. So I think she's hearing some banging in the room somewhere or something. So just ignore her for the time being. Long story short, we are here today doing a live stream. I haven't bought a fragrance in over, I would say, about a year. It was a real big hobby for me, and it was not lucrative, but it became a side hustle as well. So um, I didn't want to lose complete love of the game and the fragrance, so I decided to go ahead and just see what's new in Fragcomm. See if there's any new fragrances coming out, seeing if there's any new reviewers that I haven't heard before. Just doing things like that. And again, as I see here, we got two viewers here. I haven't bought a fragrance in forever. It's been about a year. I haven't reviewed a fragrance in maybe a couple months, maybe 2 months. And the last fragrance I was sent was maybe 3 months ago from a brand. So yeah, I've been out of touch with the game. So with some of these videos I'm gonna watch, I probably won't even remember the note breakdown at all. Like they're gonna be explaining notes, and I'm like, what is that again? What's Argwood? Is that is that fake oud again? Like what? Things of that nature. Interesting story. I was watching a review the other day, and the guy mentioned in this particular fragrance, the inside or the meat of a coconut. They actually took that and made an oil from it, and it's inside of a fragrance. And I was like, you know what? That is a fragrance I wouldn't mind buying because that sounds dope, right? But I have a couple coconut fragrances, not a whole lot. Like I have Rihanna Rogue Man. I have a Creed Virgin Island Water. I have there's a couple other ones with coconut in there too. I really can't think off the top. But yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and see what kind of videos Fragcomm has been producing. So of course you see the big hitters here. I forget his name, but you know his channel, TLTG. Then we got Big Dog here. He does like a lot of niche and stuff. Let's not really watch those just because they're long. As you see, they're almost 20 minutes. Both of them are, almost 20 minutes, and they're big dogs, so they don't need the reviews, or they don't need the views itself. So let's see what Sis Glamfines has. She's real cool, y'all. We interact on Instagram and things like that, and she actually recommended another fragrance for me. It's not from Creed, but I was looking for like a substitute for Virgin Island Water, and she recommended one. I can't think of the name right now, but I watched that review, and that was great. So let's see what she has to say about Chrome Azzaro Extreme. Now, when it comes to Azzaro, of course, I have a couple of the most popular fragrances, which would be regular Chrome Azzaro, I guess the original, Wanted by Night, and then there's another one that I have. I believe it's Chrome London, something of that nature. Two of them are pretty much aquatic, your average blue fragrances, and then the Wanted by Night is more of like a heavy, sweet, syrupy scent. It's recommended for a date night and all that good stuff. To me, the main players in that bad boy is cinnamon. I could be totally wrong. Like I said, I've been out of touch with the frag thing for a minute, but I want to say that's the main player in that. So let's go ahead and see what she has to say about Azzaro Chrome Extreme, since I've never gotten my nose on it.
Hey guys, welcome back to Glam Finds, and I'm here to do a review that I should have done a really long time ago. I've had this fragrance for well over 6 months, but I'm doing it now because somebody requested it, and it's going to be Azzaro Chrome Extreme.
You know what I like about this the most is that she's showing how much she has used. You don't see that a lot in a lot of review videos. Like when they do put it up to the camera, it almost looks like the bottle was full. Like I swear, and this is no cap to anyone, but I promise you, there are a lot of videos where the reviewer would put the fragrance to the camera and it doesn't even look like they used the drop. You know, it looks like they just blind bought it and did a review 2 or 3 days later, you know, so props.
Now, I like the entire Chrome line, or everything I've smelled from the Chrome line, so I thought, hey, let me try this one. I was in stores, it had just come out, it was actually right before COVID. I tried it and I was like, I'm gonna wait till it hits discounters, and it did really quickly after that. Stores were closed anyways, so I bought it because I really liked this scent. I tried it on skin when I tried it, so let me talk to you a little bit about how it smells. What you're gonna get the most in here, I think, is the mandarin, the juniper berries, and the cashmerean. I love cashmerean. I find cashmerean to be really sexy, and I think it mixed with the mandarin really well in this. I think the juniper berries were a really good compliment in here too. I like the little bit of pininess it gets in here. Again, I think it makes it a little bit sexier, to my nose at least. And those are the three I smell the most. Yeah, you'll probably get a little bit of amber, and you know, there's sea notes in here, but this doesn't really smell like a typical aquatic to me, so I don't want to say that I'm really pulling a lot of sea notes. Mandarin, cashmerean with the juniper, that's what I'm going to get the most of, and I think it comes off really good. Cashmerean has like this, like, it's kind of like a fuzziness to it, but like...
So to talk about it before I forget, when it comes to juniper berries, I get a very fresh pottery smell. Cashmere, it is, as she's saying, it's almost like a sexy scent, but to me, the note itself is more of a lingering note, if that makes sense. Like, it's one of those notes that just like stays in your nostrils forever, and you're just like, it's there, you know what I mean? Like, it's prominent, you know it's there. So it's alluring because you're gonna smell it and be like, what is that scent? And it's like, oh, it's cashmere. One of the fragrances that I have that has cashmere in it, and no one really brings it up, but you can smell it heavily, is Unforgivable by Sean John. Yeah, seriously. I want to say there's cashmere in that one because, like, it gives you that fresh laundry scent too, in a way. But that has, I believe it has a mandarin orange, which she is saying here too. Like, this one has mandarin in it too. But with Sean John, it's more of a sweet orange. A really, really sweet orange. It's not that dirty, bitter, or citrusy orange. It's like a really, really sweet orange. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if this smelled identical to that. But let's see what else she has to say.
Like, in a really nice, inviting way. Cashmerean is a very inviting note. That's how I feel, and that's what I think makes this kind of sexier. Again,
exactly. That's what I said. Like she said, it's like an inviting note. To me, it's more of an alluring note because it just stays in your nostrils, man. Like, there's no way to really put it besides that. Like, once you get your nose on cashmere, the note, it just stays there, and it's there, and you kind of... Even when you smell the coffee, so the first time I picked up on cashmere heavily, I forgot which fragrance it was, but I picked up on it heavily, and even after smelling the coffee beans, it was still in my nose. Like, I wanted to smell it again. It wasn't there, you know, but it was just like, wow, I want to smell that again. But it does give you a headache. Let's see if she talks about that or not. Probably won't, because this seems like a freshie, even though it's an extreme.
And the pininess that you're going to get from the juniper berries, like, between that and the cashmere, I think they managed to pull off a nice, clean, fresh fragrance that is a little bit sexier because, you know, I don't wear a ton of freshies because I don't feel like all of them are going to pull you in. And if I'm not going to wear a fragrance that goes with my aesthetic, I'm not going to wear a fragrance. There's no point. So with this one, I do find it to be really sexy, and performance-wise, I find it to be probably the best out of the entire Chrome line. It's pretty good. I get at least 8 hours, which for a fresh fragrance, 8 hours is really good. I mean, I have no qualms with the performance of this fragrance. I think it's amazing. I would say it actually pops off the skin for at least 2 hours, but you're going to keep having good sillage, and if you're wearing it in the heat, it's just going to really keep on going. I think that heat's going to really work with your skin and the fragrance to kind of help the projection go a little bit longer and stronger. In terms of who can wear this, I think anyone can wear this. I like wearing it. personally, because I do think it's a sexier, fresh fragrance. I think it does have some sweetness, so it does kind of lean more towards not fully unisex, but I do feel like a lot of women would be very comfortable wearing this. Chrome as a whole, the entire Chrome line, I think is a really people-pleasing line. So I can't imagine too many people, young or old, not liking this. You know, maybe if the Chrome line is too basic for you, that's one thing. But I actually find this to be pretty different from the original Chrome and from, you know, the Chromes that I've tried in the past, or the Chrome flankers that I've tried in the past. But I don't know a lot of people that aren't going to like this, and I don't know a lot of people that aren't going to like wearing this. So I know that I've had friends come over and smell this and spray it on themselves, and they were females, and they were like, oh, I like this. And they traditionally wore more feminine-leaning scents, so people tend to be pretty comfortable wearing this. I do find it to be more unisex than Chrome Aqua, which I feel like has more of a masculine
That's it right there. I thought I had Chrome Manchester as well, but it's Chrome Aqua. That's it right there. But other than that, like, she's spot on. Everything she said when it came to cashmere. And it's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and let her know here, actually. Like, as soon as she brought up cashmere, I had to pause it and let you know that it was an alluring note. She used inviting, you know, apples to oranges, you know, but yeah, everything was spot on with the mandarin. She said you get a bit of pininess from the juniper. I get more so of like a fresh powder scent from juniper berries. But other than that, like, this fragrance sounds like it would smell like Unforgivable. So let's ask her real quick, because I promise you, like, if you looked at the note breakdown, it would be the same thing. I want to say in the note breakdown of Unforgivable, you have the cashmere. You have the mandarin, which is more of a sweet orange in there. Now, you don't, yeah, you get juniper berries too. Yeah, you know what? Let's go ahead and ask her that. Hey, sis. Cut up on reviews. Getting caught up on reviews. Oh yeah. All right. Let's see what we got. Oh, my man Uncommon is in the house. You know what? Brother, Dre, Steven, whatever people know you by, that's my dog Dre. Let's go to my man Uncommon real quick. Let's see what he got. How you doing, brother? I think I watched of yours recently. I think I watched was it this one? Yeah, I think I watched this one the other day, Dre. I'm not too sure. But let's see what you got here. Well, let me see which one I'm interested in. So 10 fragrances I won't stop recommending. I don't think I've done that tag yet. How long is that video, brother? Let's get you some time up in here. 12 minutes? Okay, let's see what you got.
Regardless. Y'all ready? Let's get into that thing. Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Side note, Dre, go ahead and drop your link in the comments here. Make sure y'all go buy my man Shu, one of the best creators from Chicago that I know. So make sure y'all hook him up. Y'all go check out his content as well. As you can see here, he has a feature edition of the shoe. He also has, not swag, but he has a line over here. Look at that. Looks like a jogging suit. Looks like the writing on it almost has like that Super Mario feel to it. Yeah, I mean, you ever seen the artwork on Super Mario? Like it almost has that lettering, like that coloring too.
Something great. That's my way.
If this is your first time to the channel, I want you to make sure you acquaint yourself, take a look around, and once you've assured that this is the place for you to be, pro tip, it is. I want you to make sure that you do all three. You want to like, comment, and subscribe just like the blinking sign behind me says. And welcome to the Uncommon Sense Family Clan. You've been inducted. Now, I'm going to shout out content creators. Amina from Experiencing Fragrances with Amina and Tyler from the Fragrance Bros. This video was a tag that I think they were tagged in, and I know I'm super duper late getting to it. Better late than never, right? First up.
That's one thing about the fragrance tags. Like, I kid you not. Like, I hear that I get tagged in them, but I don't do them right away. And then I feel like crap because I do them like 2 months later. And everyone has done it already. So it just seems like I'm either recycling old content or I just have old content, you know. But I promise you guys, I do them when I hear them as soon as I can. I think there's a couple out there I still need to do. However, I see one, I like it, I jump right on it. Simple as that, you know. So it's not that I'm not paying attention to any other content creators out there. It's just that I see the ones that I want to do, and then I just jump on those. So sorry about that, guys.
Clean for Men. It's a staple. This is one of the fragrances that I consistently travel wearing, and it just smells clean, fresh, lemon. It just smells like freshness. And again, this is the Clean for Men. This is a 1 ounce in eau de toilette concentration, and I don't care if they stop making it. You better find you some, and you better get you some, because I'm not gonna stop recommending it. Next up, one of my favorite fragrance houses from the designer side, it's Azzaro. This fragrance is Wild Mint.
Oh, yo. So, funny story about Wild Mint. Hold on, I can't see my chat here, guys. So let me try to see if I can refresh the chat somehow. Hold on. All right, there we go. So, funny story about Azzaro Chrome Mint. Or not Chrome Mint, sorry about that. But we just saw Glam do Chrome Azzaro Extreme, right? Now he's doing Wild Mint. So you see the theme here? Like, Azzaro is one of those crowd-pleasing fragrances, man. I think Azzaro has something for everybody. Everybody, right? Now, when I saw this fragrance, there was like 3 other ones that came out at the same time. I want to say there was a vetiver fragrance. There was a couple of them that came out. One was like a nighttime fragrance in a brown bottle. But I saw this and I was like, yo, I want this so bad. And Dre, my man here, we were like, I ended up getting Carvin Low Intense, which is like a mint fragrance as well. And he was talking about Crypto Mint. And I still need to send that to you, by the way, Dre. I'm going to send that to you. But we were talking about the differences. And I said, hey, I'm going to send you this one. Let me know, compare the two, which one is better. So this one is on the list. I'm glad he put it in one that he won't stop recommending, because it is a new fragrance. I want to say the fragrance is probably not even a year old, maybe 2 years old. And it's already on a not recommended, but on a fragrance that he won't stop recommending. That says a lot. And knowing his collection as well, bro, that's a big stamp right there. That's a big cosign.
I love mint, and this fragrance does mint, musk, and calypso the way that it needs to be done. I won't stop recommending this fragrance because it smells like a few fragrances that I have in my collection, just kind of melanged and mixed together. Fresh, sexy, musky. That's gonna be our fragrance for the evening. Been away from home for about a month and some.
My man just sprayed it on. He said, da, 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 da. I ain't even hating on it. But see, he probably has stronger nasals than I do, because I can spray like 8 sprays of something and I automatically get a headache. Like, I swear, once I get to like the 5 spray mark, I get a headache. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be a freshie, whatever. I'm dying. And then I have to put them in spots where it's away from my face. So behind my ears, behind my knees, in between, what is this, the crow bowl, whatever it may be, the wrist, like where it's not directly in my nose. But I got to get my nose on that, man, because a lot of people, when they do get mint fragrances, they say something like, oh, well, this is a toothbrush mint. So I'm not too in a spearmint. And I think Dre and I had that conversation before about the different type of mints.
Change. I haven't had my fragrances to spray on morning, noon, and night. Next up, got the master of musk himself, in my opinion. Narciso Blue Noir, fam. Musk, vetiver. It's just, I will not stop recommending this fragrance. It's for the grown and sexy. It's for like, this fragrance has a positive association of memory with me, and I've worn it several times. I've got nothing but compliments on it. It's not a projection monster, but yet and still, I don't care. I wear this fragrance for myself. I will not stop recommending this fragrance. Even if it's discontinued, you better find a way to make it happen. Okay. Next up, Carolina.
Now, he recommended that one to me, but this is the fragrance that he decanted to me, and I absolutely love it, y'all. It's a watermelon note, but he's going to explain everything right now, though.
Herrera Chic for Men. It has a fruity, musky, aquatic vibe that I really enjoy. In my experience and in my opinion, it rivals Creed's Millésime Impériale in terms of freshness. I really enjoy that scent profile. And for the price, you can't beat it. Eau de Toilette concentration, I will not stop recommending this one. My man E over at Simply Put Scents put me onto this one some years ago, and I see why it's a staple. Fun. Next up.
So the only thing I would say different is like when I smell Millésime Impériale, I get more of a laundry detergent. Whereas with Chic, I get more of a like a fabric softener. Yeah, it's more like I would say that I would get more of a fabric softener scent from Chic, and then from Millésime Impériale, it just smells like a really, really strong washing detergent. Like, as soon as if you spill too much of it or you pour too much of it, a couple more cups, you're like, oh, this is powerful. This is potent, you know? Let's see. Dre says, I do tags even if I'm late. I don't care. Same thing here. Hey, I might be late, but it's going to get done. Simple as that. I might be late, but it's going to be turned in on time. Let's put it that way. I might be late starting it, and it might be one of the best projects too. So let's just throw that out there. But now my man is busting out the Bulgari. Unfortunately, I only have 2 Bulgari fragrances. I do want to add a couple more. The ones I do want to add is Bulgari Man Black and Bulgari. It's an Oriental scent. I can't think of it. I think it is Bulgari Oriental or something like that.
Y'all already know what time it is. Bulgari Man in Black Essence. An edition, baby. This is a fragrance I feel like is just a staple for my collection. It is one that I feel really explains and captures me and my essence. Deep, dark, and mysterious. Resinous, complicated and elegant in simplicity and addictive. Very sexy fragrance. It has a little bit of booziness, and I feel like this one is a cold weather staple. It's one that I've worn in the cooler temperatures and it banged the whole night. Projection is great. Sillage is amazing. Longevity is top tier to ride with just about any niche fragrance that I've ever owned. And that's that on that. Coming right back at it. One fragrance that I'm not going to stop recommending regardless to it being discontinued. Rihanna, Velvet Amber Oud. I've decanted this.
Now wait, is this Rihanna, like the singer Rihanna, or the brand Rihanna? I think he'll explain to us in a minute. But you got to be careful when people mention Rihanna, because if I say, hey, I have Rihanna Rogue Man, you guys are going to be like, oh, from the singer? And I'm going to say yes. But if he says, hey, I have Rihanna Extreme, it's a different Rihanna.
This one, I've given samples away. It's just one of those fragrances that it's just, it has that very clean, like powdery, barbershoppy type of feel. I'm gonna do something I normally don't do and double up. I just feel like that needs to be on, you know what I mean? Got multiple fragrances on the same body. Okay. This one is just that good. This is one I'm not going to stop recommending. This is an uncommon scent for me. I've not heard a lot of talk about this one. It's fairly affordable. No more than about 40-50 bucks. 4 ounces. Magnetic cap. Great presentation. What's not to like? You know what I mean? It's one of those fragrances that you stumble onto it and you're like,
damn, how did I live my life without that?
I think this one may be a dupe or a play on Baccarat Rouge 540. I don't know. I'm not sure. We ain't mad at that. Can't get mad at that. Even though it's discontinued, you can find it. You just got to be diligent. So I won't stop recommending it.
540 is one I would definitely buy. I'm just not going to pull the trigger anytime soon. But first I want to smell, what is it? Clouds? Everyone says it's a dupe or a clone. Ariana Grande. There you go. Ariana Grande Clouds. Everyone says that smells like Baton Rouge 540. But funny story about Baton Rouge 540, even though it's like $500, I got a sample of it. I wore it, and my girl said it stink. Seriously. So you might want to take that with a grain of salt. I mean, to me, it smelled good. To me, it smelled like cotton candy. But I think to her, the only thing she could pick up was the musk. But I could pick up like the cotton candy and the different notes in it. So be very, very careful with that scent. And then also, too, they have the X-Trade. So we'll get into that into another video. But yeah, be very, very careful with it, because I also heard people say it smells like urinal cakes. And that actually came from Dre. That it smells like urinal cakes. So just be very, very careful when you pick up Baton Rouge.
I believe you deserve to smell good. Next up, Noxkey by Lotus and Parfumeur. Another wintertime staple. It's sweet. It's very sexy. It's deep, ambery. It kind of reminds you of Maison Martin Margiela's By the Fireplace. I feel like this one is a better blended fragrance.
Okay, so funny story about Maison Martin Margiela, or yeah, did I say that right? Martin Mason Margiela, whichever. Funny story about that. We went to Alta and we were smelling those. She absolutely hated By the Fireplace. I don't know. I forgot what she said. She didn't like it. But while we were there, she walked up to me and said, this one smells good. And it was Sailing Day by Mason Martingella. Funny story about that is that if you do the reviews on that one, everyone says they hate Sailing Day. But Sailing Day is like that real aquatic, marine note, sea note type vibe, you know? So I think that's more so her bag, you know, it's like the fresh ones, because she loves Burberry Touch. And what Burberry Touch is probably $20, and extremely, people would say it's dated. Is that the word they would use? It's dated. You know what I mean? So be very, very careful when you buy certain fragrances, y'all. Just be careful with that. My man Bobby Loves Beauty. You know what? I'm gonna stop by your page because you have a beauty page. I don't know if you do fragrances or not, but I can definitely go to your page, see what you got, stream some content. Right now, we're just streaming my man Uncommon Sense. He's actually my best buddy in Fragcomm. He was the first guy that decanted me a fragrance. The first guy that offered me to come onto a podcast. Told me about your page, Bobby. But yeah, let me know what you're wearing today. If you have a scent of the day or anything of that nature, anything fashion, beauty, how to at this moment, fitness. Let's talk about it.
And I feel also like this one has just a little bit more depth and character. Kind of has that toasted marshmallow. Amber sexy is undeniable. I will not stop recommending this one. Shout out to Amina and Doc Rose for recommending this one. Next up, another favorite, one of my favorite designer houses.
It was this one. So we had smelled Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, Tom Ford Tuscan Leather, and Tom Ford Tobacco Vanille. She hated all of them. Seriously, she hated all of them. So, but you know what? My point that I'm making here is that these are high-end brands, right? But just because they're high-end brands doesn't mean they're going to smell better. Because I can spend $140 on a Tom Ford fragrance or a Mason Margiela fragrance. However, her favorite fragrance is a $20 fragrance. You see what I'm saying? So price doesn't matter. The quality doesn't matter. Scent is subjective. So, and I'm going to wear what she likes because I have sex with her. So, I mean, why would I wear anything else, you know? But my man Uncommon says, if you can't believe it, I'm unscented today. What? I can't, you know what? I can believe that though, brother, because I've been unscented for a while, man. I want to say that I go a couple days without wearing a scent now. Literally, maybe you can probably catch me wearing a scent 2 days in a row, but then I'm going to take a day off or take a couple days off, take a third day off, something around that nature. Today I'm wearing a body cream that was sent to me by Black Tie. And to me, all I pick up is like, you know, tea tree oil, a little bit of like shea butter, like you have that clay scent to it. And that's it. Yesterday I didn't wear anything, but the day before that I wore Chic. I wore Chic actually. Don't tell the masses. Dr. Brothers Peppermint Body Wash is all I'm smelling like. Oh, yo, I hear about that so much. Is that stuff really that good? I met a brother, he's a Muslim brother, and he told me that's all he uses, Dr. Brown's Peppermint. And then I watched a YouTube video on it, and the dude was saying that his booty holes felt like a peppermint patty, that it literally like exfoliates you, it gets rid of the dead skin, it sinks in. But the thing is, too, I don't know if I want to wear that because, like, lately my crib been smelling like that menthol. You know what I mean? So I don't know if I want to go out there and get a peppermint body scent. But I'll probably get it for her though. But I probably wouldn't wear it for myself. Yep, a lavender body cream by a black-owned brand called My Skin is in. Hey, I dig that, man. I've been trying to get into a lot more black brands too. So my man over at LaRon Reviews, y'all get a chance, go ahead and check him out. He covers a whole lot of, black entrepreneurs and creators as well. And, you know, he has the fragrances like Ovation and, you know, Chris Collins and, you know, things of that nature. So I'm getting more into it. Fortunately, I've been sent a couple things from, you know, black creators and producers. So, you know, up and up. But yeah, I think that's one thing I'm going to do is that since I can't really find a fragrance that I like right now, I'll probably look into some black-owned fragrances and, you know, shoot for the stars. Hopefully I get one that I like. But let's get back. Oh, so back to the Grey Vetiver. Like I said, we smelt all those three. I believe she said this one smelled like grass or outside or the sun, something of those natures. But that's what this scent is. So let's go ahead and have Dre explain it.
This one is legitimately discontinued. This is a gentleman's staple. I will not stop recommending this one until this price starts getting just out of control. I recommend this one for business meetings and black tie affairs. I feel like you cannot go wrong with a fragrance of this caliber. I love it. Love it. I love it a lot. Shout out to my boy Trey Sense. I like it. I like it a lot. Next up, I got a lot of favorite designers. That's because I'm a fashionable guy. I love fragrance.
Now, don't get caught up with that, because once you do get into the fragrance game, you're going to understand that there's indie, designer, and niche. I'm a designer guy too, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm a designer guy, man. I mean, and to say something more embarrassing, I'm a celebrity fragrance guy. I love my celebrity fragrances. I saw that Dak Prescott has a fragrance out, and I so want to get it. I reached out to my man, if you go to our community tab, you will see our conversation. But I had put the post up there about the Dak Prescott cologne, and he was like, "Hey, I live in Texas and never heard about this fragrance, so hopefully I can get me a bottle of that." But for $80 as a celebrity frag, nah, I'm good. But yes, I'm more of a designer guy too.
Fragrances, and I love fashion, so what can I say, right? This fragrance tends to be a bit more on the divisive side. People like it or they hate it. I love the fragrance, to be quite honest with you. And again, it comes from one of my favorite designer fragrance houses, and that's Moschino. This is Toy Boy.
This is one I haven't smelled.
You get rose, pear. Like, this one is so deep and sexy. And I honestly feel like this one is on a niche level. A lot of folks don't like this bottle. I say, if you don't like this bottle, you don't like fun. I'm looking at you, Mike, from Naps and Nurtures. You don't like fun. I love the bottles. The bottles remind me of myself. It's a black bear. What can I say? Looks fun, but bite maul your ass if you get out of line. Remember that. And the atomizer on this bad boy is no ho. Did y'all hear that? Hear that? It has a fresh, sexy thing about it too. Rose, pear. I honestly feel like you can wear this more than just fall. I prefer to wear it in the fall because it has a deep darkness that I like, that feels like fall. Feels like getting cozy and getting dark early. Kind of feels like that, but it is very sexy fragrance. I won't stop recommending it. This one's probably going to be on many lists to come. What can I say? When you're good, you're good. And that's that on that. Last but certainly not least, one of my favorite niche houses. I guess you guys can probably guess who this is. Mancera's Oud Lemon Mint Summertime Madness.
You know what? I hear so many mixed reviews about this one. So many. And you know what? I don't own a single Mancera. I don't think I'm spending $100 on something I haven't smelled yet.
Oh my God. I love give me a moment. Many hours later. I love this fragrance. Oud Lemon Mint is one that comes alive in the heat in my experience. It has an amazing longevity and it has an amazing scent profile. You know what? We're going to do something we normally don't do. We just get some spritz. And I don't even need that much, but I don't care. Oud Lemon Mint. It's one of my favorite fragrances by the House of Mancera, if not the favorite. Don't tell the rest of my fragrances. They'll be jealous. Oud Lemon Mint, despite having zero mint, it's a fragrance that is so sexy. It features the note of almond as well as some citruses. It just smells good. Flat out. And it's one of the more divisive ones too. A lot of people feel like, it's got too much hype, whatever. This one to me is one that was hyped in Fragcomm and lived up to that. I'm going to bring a close to my fragrances that I cannot and will not stop recommending. Thank you all for being around, being in my...
Boom. And there you have it, guys. So let's see. That was a good list, actually. I mean, there's like 8 of them that I've worn, or 7 of them I probably worn. 4 of them I probably wouldn't wear in my house because they're not liked. And then, yeah, that was a good list. That was a good list, brother. So we got Bobby Loves Beauty. Let's see what Bobby has. Bobby Loves Beauty. Oh, here goes Bobby. Let's see. Small YouTuber. Let's see, she got anything about sense on here or a short video maybe? Look, she putting in that work. Look, all her videos are like 3 hours long. She's trying to get monetized, y'all. Y'all better hook her up, help her. So you know what? I've been hearing a lot about BoxyCharm. Should we watch that video? But I'm not too sure exactly like what's in it. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Ooh, this seems cool. I think that'll be the one we check out in a little bit. It short and sweet. Like, I miss my intro videos. Like, I remember when I first started out, I was so excited. Like, I was so excited. And then after a while, I got tired of editing it into my videos. I was just like, nah, you know what? Nah. I'm tired of including it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of hearing it. Let's see here. 2 brand haul. I miss my little hauls. FabFitFun. Anything to do with fitness, I'm on it. Oh, see, this was some time ago. She has a discuss. I've never seen this before. What's this? Oh, discussion. Okay. I'm like, what? All right. Let's get back to the fragrance reviews. Let's see what came out today. Oh, yeah, my man Fat Boy. See, but he be having music. Let's see what he got. Hold on. Yeah, brother got that music. We gotta go to another video. Let's see. He's another big channel. I don't know if I want to stream his stuff. He doesn't need it. You know what? I've been hearing a lot about this fragrance. They must be sending their stuff out to everybody now, or have like a deal or something. I've been hearing about it everywhere. So this, let's see, how long is this video? 10 minutes? So I've already smelt those. So I didn't really care for Gray, but K, I loved, bro. K is bomb. Oh, let's see what this is about.
What is up, Frag fam? Corbin here again from Northwest Scent. So sometimes when we try a fragrance or we get something new in, we don't just like it, but we're actually addicted to it. We're head over heels for it. So today I want to talk to you about 6 fragrances that are currently like that for me. These are ones that I'm pretty addicted to right now. I'm not just reaching for them, but I'm also just like finding myself picking up the bottles and smelling them just to kind of get that aroma. So if you guys want to find out what these 6 fragrances are and why I'm so addicted to these right now, then please stick around. But first, let's roll that intro. Alright guys, welcome back from the intro, and like I already said, we're going to be talking about 6 amazing fragrances that are currently captivating me. I'm not saying these are my favorite fragrances necessarily, but these are the ones that right now are really intriguing me a lot. And like I said earlier, these are the ones that I just randomly find myself picking up the bottle, smelling it, just so I can get that aroma again. So without holding off any longer, let's jump into the first fragrance. Okay, so like most of my lists here, this is not going to be a rank list, so there's no order to these fragrances. I'm just going to present them to you in a random order. Nonetheless, the first fragrance we are going to be talking about, this is coming from the house of Javoy.
I do that too. Like, I don't do the order thing. That's the sad part. Like, if you watch my videos and it's like, hey, here's the top 10 list, and you're like, okay, Seth, which one is number 1? Like, just because it's the last one I review doesn't mean it's the best one or my number 1. I just grab them and go. I really don't rank them, man, because I feel like comparison is a thief of joy. So by comparing them, if I'm like, okay, this is number 1 and this is number 6, I'm saying this one is like, 5 steps ahead of this one, and really it's not. Like, it can be really, really close, but this one is just more appropriate for the occasions that I'm in, So, I just don't like that order thing. So I kind of like how he's doing it. Just, hey, here's 6 of them. And I'm not saying they are the best, but I'm saying they're captivating. And I think that's one thing, terminology, right? Like, I'll watch a reviewer, and they'll use certain words, and then at the end of the video, I'm like, I don't think they meant that word, you know what I mean? Or I don't think the tag was supposed to be called that, So let's see what he's talking about.
And this one is called Psychedelic. This is seriously one of the best patchouli fragrances I've ever smelled. If you guys are into kind of like chocolatey fragrances or gourmands, you guys might like this one. Even though I'm not a huge gourmand lover, I really do enjoy this one a lot. And this isn't necessarily a full-on gourmand, but it certainly, in my opinion, leans in this direction. So the main note, of course, is patchouli. Like I already said, you do get some amber in here with labdanum. There are some florals like geranium as well, which isn't like super heavy in this case. It is a little bit detectable, especially in the dry down. I kind of get this very faint icy effect or cooling effect from it. And there's a little bit of citruses in here as well. Nonetheless, this is all about the patchouli, the amber, the vanilla, and those resins with a little bit of that geranium. And this one is, like I said, extremely chocolatey off the top. It's almost like a chocolate cake. As it settles down, the patchouli turns a little bit greener, and the sweetness and like the richness of this kind of settles down, but it is still decently sweet and kind of gourmandish in that dry down. Very addictive smelling. That's why it's here on this list. This is one that I have reached for recently, even though we are in summer, and this is definitely more of a cold weather oriented fragrance. I've worn this thing because I really do like it a lot. One of those fragrances, again, that's just captivating me at the moment. So if you guys have not checked this one out, definitely worth sampling. Again, from the house of Javoy, this is Psychedelic. Okay, so moving on to the...
So that one sounds like a Mugler fragrance. I want to say Pure Havane, maybe, or it's a tobacco one, even though he didn't say it had tobacco in it, but that's what it almost sounds like.
Next fragrance we're going to be talking about, this is a newer pickup for me. I think I got this within the last couple of weeks. This might be my new favorite from the house. I have not totally made up my mind there yet, but this is certainly one of the best from the house in my opinion. Absolutely captivating me here at the moment. So this is coming from the house of Amouage. This is Overture Man. Oh my gosh, this is so good. It sucks that this thing is really hard to find. I spent months and months looking for this fragrance for a decent price. Of course, you can always go retail, but I didn't really want to pay the extra costs. Plus, you have to get this from Harrods Harrods, as this is a Harrods exclusive. So with the overseas shipping costs here in the US, I just wasn't about it. I was waiting for the right moment. I think now you can buy this from Amouage as well, which makes it a little bit more affordable, but you're still paying the full retail price. If you're looking for this discounted, unfortunately, you cannot find it. Maybe you'll get it from a reseller, which I was lucky enough to do. And as far as this fragrance goes, even though again, you can only basically get it at retail prices or close to retail prices, I think this is absolutely worth it. So unique, so complex. It's absolutely one of the most interesting and complex fragrances from Amouage, which is saying a lot, as many Amouage fragrances are known for the complexity and depth. This one, you get a nice kind of dry cognac note, so it's not quite as fruity and sweet as cognac comes across sometimes. Again, it is a little bit more bitter and boozy. There's also a bunch of oriental spices in here, like cumin, and then I think saffron, and maybe even a little bit of nutmeg. You get some sandalwood in here, some smoke notes, there's animal notes in here, some resins, you even get some incense and leather in here. So there's a lot going on in this fragrance. Like I said, really complex, a little bit challenging, but that's why I enjoy it a lot. I think this is the style of fragrance where if you wear it very confidently, you can totally pull this thing off, and it's going to definitely boost your aura because of that. Again, something that I am absolutely addicted to right now. One of the best from the house in my opinion, and possibly my current favorite. So again, from the house of Amouage, definitely one you guys should sample if you can. This is Overture Man.
Now that actually sounded pretty good, and what I mean by good is that it doesn't sound basic, it doesn't sound crowd pleasing. Like, it sounds like something that I want to get my nose on, but like he said, I don't know if it's something I would wear, right? This man literally mentioned every single note known to man. It almost sounds like there's nutmeg and like some type of animalic in there. You know what I mean? So one minute you can be getting a sweet note, and then the next minute you're just getting like a real crappy manure type smell. You know what I mean? And then it almost seems like I put them in the same category as I do Cartier. Like, Cartier isn't a hard wear, but it is for a particular individual. And when I mean particular individual, I don't mean like a professional or older gentleman or younger gentleman. I mean like he said, you have to have something about you that can pull it off. Like, you have to have that oomph to you. Like, there's some fragrances, if you're just not an alpha, it's not going to work for you. There's just some fragrances, if you don't have that like real sex appeal, no one's going to think it's a sexy scent, right? Like, that's how I feel like with what's the name of it? Like Parfum de Malice. Let's take getting tongue tied here. Take that for example. Like, to me, it is so rich, it is so dense, it is so heavy. Like, I just don't see people wearing that on date night or wearing it to Netflix and chill, despite what people say. I just don't see people using it for that reason. And I feel like that's what this is right here. With Overture, it is something that I would probably want to buy just to sample, but I don't know if it would be something I would want to wear.
Okay, so moving on to the next fragrance. This might be my new favorite fragrance from this house as well. So similar to Overture Man from Amouage, this one is actually coming from Kilian. It's my newest Kilian pickup. And like I said, I haven't 100% made up my mind yet, but this could possibly be my new favorite. This, like I said, is coming from the house of Kilian. It is called Apple Brandy. And this is a city exclusive, which the city exclusives for Kilian are in a higher price bracket or like echelon. These go for $320 US instead of $240. So they're significantly more expensive. In the case of this one, I think it is totally worth the price difference though. It's extremely natural smelling, very unique, very pleasant. I would call this a gourmand, but it's kind of teetering on that gourmand edge because there are some like woody aspects to this. It's very appley, hence the name Apple Brandy. There is a very prominent kind of sweet creaminess, very spicy as well, and there's a prominent booziness in here as well. So if you basically want to imagine it, it's like a boozy, creamy apple pie aged in like some kind of oak barrel. So you're getting a very prominent kind of woody smell enveloping all those gourmand notes. So this thing smells absolutely fantastic. I'm really glad again to have this one in my collection finally. If you guys are looking for a couple of fragrances from Kilian to try, definitely check out this one. I think this is one of their best releases to date. So really captivating me right now, very addictive smelling. Again, this is Kilian's Apple Brandy. Okay, so moving on.
Yeah, as he already said, Killian is an expensive house as is, but to spend $340 on their city brand, I'm good. Just to smell like apple brandy, I'd rather get some. Listen, you can go to the liquor store, get you a bottle of that Crown Royal apple. It smells just like apple brandy all day if you want to. You know, spill it on your clothes, get a little bit on your shirt. Take a few shots, get it in your breath. Once you start sweating, it's gonna come out your pores. Like, get you a bottle of Crown, that apple, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna smell just like this, bro. Like I said, it's like gourmandy, you know. So
On to the fourth fragrance here in this video. We are finally going to be talking about a designer fragrance. So yes, this is not just going to be a niche fragrance video. We have a designer here, and this one is extremely standout, unique, even as far as the house goes, which recently has been putting out a little bit more quirky style fragrances. This one is definitely a standout from the house, probably their best fragrance release just based on from the stuff that I have tried. This is pretty unique as well, although there is one other fragrance on the niche side that does have some resemblance to this, which I will talk about when I finally reveal this. Nonetheless, I'm really glad to finally have this one in my collection. For the money that you can get this for, this is an absolute no-brainer to pick up. So this is coming from the house of Gucci. This is Gucci Guilty Absolute. Some of you guys probably...
okay, you know what? I like this dude. Why? Because he's choosing challenging fragrances. Nothing is challenging. Again, my girl hated this one. The sales rep even hated this one. I think she said it smelled like tires or a doctor's office, something of that nature. But to me, it just smelled so good. Like, it does have that alpha manly smell. You know, to me, it smells like a man that's clean, but a man that's active, right? So like I said, like a doctor's office. There's bodies in and out that office all day. So you get these different scents and these different people. Like, you kind of get that feel. Like I said, the tires that the rep picked up on. Like I said, it's a guy working at a mechanic shop, and you walk in and you smell like that tar and the rubber and all that. Like, you get that scent. Like, I just love stuff like that. And I think that's where my fragrance hobby kind of slowed down, is because everything is mass appealing. Like, everything smells like vanilla. The old lady says everything smells like deodorant. Everything smells like a soap. And I think that's where everything slowed down. But then again, as I said before, a lot of these fragrances are hard wears. They are challenging wears. You have to have a certain look, a certain personality, and just that certain, like, je ne sais quoi about you to pull them off. And when it comes to Gucci, so funny story about Gucci before I let him finish. So she had said that one of her favorite fragrances was Gucci Guilty. Now, there's about 10 different Gucci Guilties. We smelt all of them, and she didn't like any of them. And when we smelt this one, I was like, this one is the best one out of them all, because it was just so different. Like, I absolutely loved Gucci Guilty. Absolute. I mean, it's just bomb, y'all. But, yeah, so... I like his style. His style is expensive, though. As you can see, he said it was like $300 for that apple brandy, and then this one, like, no, we're not going that route. My man Tyrone Morgan is in the house. Happy Friday, brother. Make sure you go ahead and drop y'all link. Check each other out. Do the friend thing. We're growing around here. If you got any merch, go ahead and leave that. If you got a website, leave that as well. Right now, what we're doing is just talking about scents in the Fragcomm community, the community that I came from and started in. We're just checking out a few reviewers, seeing if there's anything that I'm missing, if there's a certain fragrance that I would like to wear, my experiences with the fragrances, and my input as well. So, Tyrone, if there's a favorite cologne that you're wearing or that you own, let us know now. But we're going to go ahead and continue the video.
Knew like which fragrance was coming after I started describing it more and more. This is absolutely worth it. You can get this for like $50, maybe $55 for the 90 ml size, the 3 ounce. Such a good bang for your buck. This is
see, it wasn't $55 when I wanted it. Believe me, when we're at Ulta, it was like $80. That is cool. Yeah, thank you, Tyrone. You know what, brother? I'm gonna have to come to your page one day. I'm gonna do some gaming stream or some game streaming as well. So I see you be up on it, man. You know what I mean? And you be on the AEW and the WWE too. So I gotta stream some of your stuff, bro. Let the people know who I rock with around here.
A leather woody fragrance. So the most dominant note here, of course, is leather. You also get some cypress in here and even some vetiver. In the case of here, I think the vetiver is definitely more on like that woody side. It's not really damp and earthy or grassy. It works with the woody notes in here perfectly. And then the leather, very standout and slightly rustic smelling. This is an extremely traditionally masculine smelling fragrance, and it's just such an awesome scent profile. Like, this is really captivating me right now. This has some similarities to Killian's Dark Lord, which I have been able to try, and they are honestly quite similar, although I think Dark Lord focuses more on the leather and this one focuses more on the woody notes. But again, they are very similar. I really want to pick up Dark Lord eventually as well. Such great fragrances. I know some people find them quite challenging, and I can totally understand that. This is not a mass appealing style of DNA, but if you like this style of stuff, it is absolutely going to be one of your favorite fragrances. Really amazing smelling. I am enjoying this thing a ton. I do think that this one will probably get discontinued eventually because it does not sell that well, and then fetching a ton of money for a bottle. So I would say definitely get this right now while you can, because again, you can get this for like $50. It's a no-brainer for the quality and the uniqueness of the scent. So a designer fragrance that is currently really captivating me, I'm finding extremely addictive, from the house of Gucci. Again, this is Guilty Absolute. Okay, so the 4 fragrances we have talked about so far have all been heavier, darker fragrances, stuff good for the cold weather. Well, the next one we're going to be talking about right here, this is actually a freshie that is currently captivating me. This thing smells absolutely amazing. So this is coming from the house of Royal Crown. It is called Celebration. Wow, and I think this might be my new favorite from the house, or I shouldn't say new favorite, but my favorite from the house. I have only tried about 4 or 5 fragrances.
No disrespect, but it doesn't even look like he's worn it. Or is that just me?
From Royal Crown. This one, I think is definitely my favorite. This thing is an amazing grapefruit and mint bomb. So it's very citrusy and zesty. It has just the right amount of sweetness where it's not too cloying, but it makes it a little bit intriguing and interesting. The mint in here is very realistic. It is icy, it's fresh. It's not like toothpastey or like chewing gum smelling. It's not like that. It's very realistic. This basically smells like a grapefruit that has been rubbed with a mint leaf. Very, very natural smelling. If you guys have ever had lemon heads, this smells like a lemon head, but extremely natural and high quality smelling. So I can't really say much more about it than that. There's not a ton of notes in here, but the ones that it is featuring, they smell very nice. The blend here is absolutely amazing, and it's pretty long lasting as well, especially for the style of scent that it is. So this is a no-brainer for this list. This thing is really intriguing me, very addictive smelling, and it had to be here. So again, from the house of Royal Crown, this is Celebration. Okay, so we are finally on to the last fragrance, so we're not gonna hesitate here. We're gonna dive straight into it. This is coming from the house of BDK Parfums. This is Gris Charnel, and this is my favorite from the house of BDK Parfums.
Whose house is that? I want to say, like, is it owned by a fragrance reviewer? I've heard about that brand somewhere.
Confidently say that. I think I've tried about 8 of them at this point, and I currently own 6. This thing is really a standout fragrance for me. There is a small familiarity to it, but I think it's really its own thing for the most part. I haven't smelled anything else that smells exactly like this. Extremely pleasant as well. I think it is really hard to make something that is unique but very appealing at the same time. This has a very small class to it, a little bit of like the sophisticated vibe, maybe a small touch of this vintage feel, but I think it really is mostly a modern fragrance. As far as what you get in it, you get black tea, there's fig in here, cardamom, iris, sandalwood, and then tonka bean with a little bit of vetiver. So it's fruity, it is kind of relaxing because of the tea, and I think even the fig brings kind of this mellow vibe to it as well. You do get some fresh spiciness as well. The iris in here is a little bit waxy, but also a little bit fresh powdery. The sandalwood brings a nice kind of woody backbone with a very like slight dryness, and then the tonka bean just brings in this nice creamy sweetness, kind of rounds it out. So this thing is balanced perfectly. I don't think it's doing anything too much. And again, it's just all working together perfectly. Really awesome fragrance. If you guys are looking for some fragrances to try from BDK Parfums to kind of get your feet wet in the house and try some stuff, this is one of the ones I definitely recommend. Extremely addictive. This is a bottle that I just find myself randomly picking up and smelling because it is that good. So again, my absolute favorite currently from the house of BDK Parfums. This thing is really slept on in my opinion. This is Gris Charnel. Well, there you guys go. That was 6 fragrances that are currently captivating me, and I find these really addictive. Again, these.
That was awesome. Let's let him know. Like, I really enjoyed his list. Dude. Awesome video. Live in that dimension. Booyah. All right. Let's see what we got out. What else we got on this list? Let me hit that big like button. Let's see. Victoria's Secret, a Pink Hall, Dior, a Hidden Gem, Dior Homme. I didn't like this one. I wouldn't even call it a hidden gem because it's old, like it's been out forever, I think, and it smells like a fruit basket, not in a good way, like not that like juicy fruit, but like a whole bunch of rinds, or like, you know, like fruits are like fermenting or getting old or something like that. Let's see. Naomi by Naomi, female fragrance, Mass Man reviews. I wonder if I should watch this. I don't know if this is just like, I don't know if this is a review or, you know. Barreto. Let's see. Bentley Momentum. The Battle of Creed Adventus. Scott's my dude, bro. Like, Scott's real cool on Instagram, but I think I'm tired of the Adventus debate already. I mean, I went and bought La Venture instead of like the Mancera. I believe there's CDMI, right? And then there's another one too. I can't think about it right now, but yeah, I passed on all of that. Jupe Homme Ice. Have I read this? I think my man Dre did this one too. I believe so. But you know what? Let me hear a woman's point of view on Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Intense. I own this one too. Everyone says it's a summer staple. For me, it's more of a spring staple. It gives me a headache. I think it's I don't know if it's leather in there. I don't know if it's sage, but it's just something in there that gets me, man. But I love it, though. But let's see what she has to say.
Hello, friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm glad you're here. I'm Sergio from Sergio Fragrance Reviews.
tricked us.
Reviews, and today I'm going to be reviewing one of the most popular fragrances on the market right now, Light Blue Eau Intense Pour Homme by Dolce & Gabbana. I'm going to be telling you about the notes of the composition before I tell you my recommendations and my impressions about this composition. Okay, in the top notes, this composition has grapefruit and mandarin orange. In the mid, you have seawater and juniper. In the base, you have musk and amberwood. This composition is really great for the summer, great for informal occasion, versatile for any occasion. It's fresh, it's juicy in the beginning, you get a lot of citruses from the grapefruit and mandarin orange. Now let me tell you that the grapefruit in here is a very natural smelling grapefruit, which is great. It's a high quality fragrance. Like I said, it's very refreshing, and after that initial freshness of the composition, you're gonna get a lot of saltiness from the seawater in here and juniper. The saltiness that is in here is really great. Now, there are some people that don't like the saltiness in their fragrances. If that's the case with you, I don't recommend this because you're not gonna like it. Now, my experience, I love the saltiness in it. It's fresh in the beginning, like I said, then you get the saltiness, and then in the base, you get the muskiness, okay, from the musk and the amberwood. Longevity is really good. You get 6-7 hours of longevity. And of course, if you apply to your clothes, it's gonna last even longer. For a fresh fragrance, I would say that longevity is really good. Projection, you get 2-3 hours of solid projection, and the CH is very good. I can guarantee you that when you wear this fragrance, you're gonna get a lot of compliments. You can get this fragrance in a 100 milliliter bottle for around $70, okay? If you have any questions or any particular comments that you would like to make about this fragrance, about your experience wearing this fragrance, go ahead and make sure you put a comment down below. And like I said before, if you like fragrance content, please make sure you go ahead and click the subscribe button down below, and for future communications and alerts about
You know what? I think he's right. I think it's the saltiness, the citrus from the grapefruit, and maybe the musk that irritates me. He's right about that, though. Oh yeah. So remember I mentioned this earlier in the feed about the Ariana Grande Cloud perfume. So let's see what she has to say.
This perfume is giving me bold. I'm that bitch. Who are you? I don't know you, ho. I'm on my shit. I got my shit together, okay? I don't know who you talking to because I'm that. And you
Hold on.
you're not. What's up, Barbianas? Welcome back to the Partyyana, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the perfume Cloud from Ariana Grande. Well, by Ariana Grande. Y'all know, y'all can see the title. So y'all, I'm about to be reviewing this perfume. I have the 1 fluid ounce, y'all. When I run out of this, yo, I'm getting the 3.4 fluid ounce or whatever. I'm getting the biggest one because I love this scent. Like, first of all, before I start this video, so yeah, this is 1 fluid ounce, but before I
Embarrassing moment. I've been collecting fragrances for a few years, and I didn't know that FL stood for fluid. Oh, that was good.
I start this video, like, before I even get into the notes, I highly recommend, notice is not sponsored, girl, she ain't sponsored me or whatever, but I highly recommend, like, 10 out of 10 straight off the back. Like, I'm not waiting to the end of the video to tell y'all, like, how I feel about this perfume. I love it. I genuinely do. It's my type of perfume. I feel like everyone should have this kind of scent because it just smells good and it attracts the fellas. Okay, it gets the niggas. Okay, you'll get a nigga with this scent. I'm telling you, but you want to take somebody, man, spray this on them. I promise you, you will have somebody's dude. And this is strong too. Okay, it comes in this little cloud like holder or whatever. Some people think it's corny. I've seen a lot of reviews, people were saying this is corny. I feel like that's just judging her creativity to create this perfume. I actually think this is cute. This is really fucking creative. Like, who do you know got?
I didn't know that either. I always thought the cloud was the bottle. I didn't know it was a holder. What? Fragcomm, y'all slacking, bro. Y'all let other reviewers just do reviews better than y'all? What?
A cloud perfume that, like, who you know, like, girl, this is really, really creative. I really like how she did this. A lot of people think this is like ugly, childish. I think it's cute. I don't know, that's probably just me because everybody, this is so childish. I really don't like the packaging. It's so ghetto. And then the top right here is like a little cloud shaped top or whatever, but the thing is, it's really loose, so mine just pops off. I don't know if I broke it or something, but it just doesn't snap. You know what I'm saying? It don't snap. I think I just sprayed.
That's the sad part. I have a bottle of Ralph Lauren Polo, I believe it's Polo Red Rush, and the same thing with the cap. Like, I thought I broke the cap or something, but it just doesn't stay on, like, at all. You put it on and it just comes right off.
Hold on now. We cannot waste this perfume. Yo, I love this perfume. Like, we don't waste perfume around here. Okay, so I'm about to go straight into the fragrance. Okay, the top notes are lavender, pear, bergamot, and the middle notes are whipped cream, praline, coconut, vanilla orchid, and the base notes are musk and woody notes. Okay, y'all, so one thing about this perfume, everybody want to say, the top notes want to say lavender, and then they want to say pear, and they want to say bergamot. And baby, one thing about this perfume is I'm not smelling no lavender. Like, baby, I'm gonna just give y'all my genuine opinion on how this smells. To me, this smells like cotton candy. If you want me to put this in one word, this smells like cotton candy. Now, this is not a pink sugar kind of cotton candy. It's not like that kind of cotton candy, but this is.
And there it goes right there. So remember how I told you guys that Baca Rouge smelled like cotton candy to me, the 540? Exactly. Yeah, I got the cotton candy feel from it. So she's picking up the same thing. Now, of course, to me, it's the quality, because Rouge is like $300, where Ariana Grande is maybe $15. So once again, that goes back to what I said earlier. Just because something is higher in price and they say it's a better quality doesn't mean it is actually a better fragrance. Like, if I got my nose on Ariana Grande Cloud, I would probably like that more than Baca Rouge 540. And I'll probably get more compliments from it. But it's just something about the quality of 540. So there's that. But yeah, she's absolutely right. Like, she nailed it. It smells like cotton candy. It's supposed to smell like cotton candy.
This is a mature, grown woman, sexy, you know what I'm saying, feminine, beautiful, nice, done cotton candy. That's what this smells like. It smells like a nice, warm, vanilla, cotton candy, marshmallowy scent. The lavender, I'm not picking that up. I don't know where in the hell lavender came into this perfume because I'm not smelling that, okay? It's just, I'm not smelling it. Pear, I could see maybe a little pear in there, but it's not like, oh yeah, this smells like pear. Bergamot, I don't think so. I don't think so. Whipped cream, yes. I would say I smell whipped cream.
You know what the crazy thing is? She smelled bergamot, but sometimes we forget it's bergamot. Like, bergamot is in everything. You can just smell it. Like, from the atomizer, I always smell bergamot. That's the first thing I smell whenever I smell the fragrance.
Praline, I think praline, y'all, I'm sorry y'all, but some of these notes, like, I don't be knowing what they smell like, because honestly, I thought praline.
See, exactly, right there. At least she was honest about it. There's a lot of notes, like, once you read them, you won't know they smell that way. And then when they start mixing with other notes, they start to smell different. Take vetiver. There's so many different type of vetivers. You know, you have that grassy vetiver, you have that gasoline vetiver, you have that chocolatey vetiver. There's just so many different vetivers. So, like, with a fragrance like this, it is a little harder to detect the notes because it is a cheaper fragrance, right? Now, again, that doesn't mean that a higher end fragrance smells better. It just means the quality is different. And I think with clouds, she's going to smell more of, like of the synthetic notes. But if she ever were to smell 540, she would see the total difference. Like, she would be able to pick up the whipped cream and pick up, you know, the other scent, the praline and things like that. But I don't know if there's praline in 540. I don't know if there's praline in 540.
Was caramel. If it is, correct me, but I think praline is chocolate. I'm not smelling chocolate. I'm not smelling caramel. If that's caramel or chocolate, I'm not smelling it. Coconut, I am smelling coconut, okay? I'm smelling coconut. Like, yes, there is a coconut note in here, and you can smell that, but this is not like a coconut type of perfume, but I am smelling coconut. The vanilla orchid, that right there, I'm telling y'all, this smells like vanilla cotton candy marshmallows. And I'm smelling the vanilla, and then the musk and the wood notes, you smell that when it dries down. So when it dries down on your skin, you will smell like the little musk and the little woody notes, but it's not like a, you know, intensifying musk smell. It's just a calmed, relaxed, warm type of scent. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I feel like this is more so to be worn in the winter because it's like it's a really warm scent, but I genuinely love this scent. Like, I've worn it out on a hot day, still loved it, you know, period. This will get you a man, okay? This will get you a man, okay? If you trying to show out and you finna go out to a party, whatever the case may be, you look good, spray this. Because men like this. I'm telling you, they like it. I'm trying to tell you what the boys like. You better listen. But yeah, all in all, to me, this perfume really smells like cotton candy. When I first sprayed this perfume, I said cotton candy. Cotton candy. Now, you do, like I said, you are picking up the vanilla, you are picking up the coconut, you are picking up those notes. But if I could fit this all in one word, cotton candy. Yeah, cotton candy. And like I said, y'all don't go to thinking, oh, this really smells like, it probably smells like pink sugar, and I don't like the way pink sugar smells because pink sugar has a really intense cotton candy scent, but it's also intense because of the licorice. So this is not like pink sugar. You can mix the two. I'm pretty sure if you mix the two, you probably will get a nice scent because they do share like some similar notes, but this is a different type of fragrance, baby. This is mature, grown lady type of scent. This is not unmature, because you know some people like to call fragrances childish. This is mature, grown. I'm on my shit. I got my shit together, okay? I don't know who you talking to because I'm that and you're not, okay? Who are you talking to like that? Because you cannot talk to me like that with this on, okay? I'm that bitch. I don't know about you, but I'm that bitch. Period, ho. And what? That's how this perfume is, okay? This perfume is giving me bold. I'm that bitch. Who are you? I don't know you, ho. You cannot compare and you cannot compete, ho. That is how I'm feeling with this perfume. Like, I'm sorry I had to do the most, but that's really how I feel with this. Like, I feel like if you just overly spray this and go out, they're gonna be like, damn, that's that bitch right there. Like, she that bitch. Like, she on her shit. Now, as far as the long lastingness, if you spray this on your clothes, it will last a long ass time, okay? You will, man, y'all. So it was my birthday, y'all, and I had this blue outfit on, and I switched clothes or whatever. I put on this pink outfit, and I sprayed this all over my pink outfit, and I didn't get to wear it because my parents told me, no, you have to take that off. It's showing too much. I come back to this pink outfit 2 months later, and it still smells like Ariana Grande Cloud. Okay, so this is some strong perfume. Okay, on the skin, I would say it lasts a couple hours. I really honestly don't remember how long it lasted on my skin, but it's very, very strong. On the clothes, it will really last. On the skin, probably 5 to 6 hours, but the clothes, it lasts really long. That's all I got from Miss Ariana Grande Cloud, y'all. I really like this perfume. I really feel like this is something that you should have in your perfume collection. If you're going to get perfume and you never got perfume before, this is like your first thing of perfume, like this is your first ever perfume, I genuinely recommend this one. You will fall in love with it. If you don't like this scent, I don't know what to tell you. There's something wrong with your nose, but I love this scent, y'all, and I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and share so your friends can watch. Oh my god, like, share my content so we can bring more subscribers and people to watch. But I love you.
Spot on. I would say that's probably one of the best reviews I've heard about Ariana Grande Cloud. And to be totally honest, that's probably one of the best reviews I've heard in a long time. That's no cap to anyone. But like I said, I learned 2 things within that review. And up until this review, I didn't learn anything from the other. And that's no cap to anyone. But, you know, I didn't really learn much or expect much. And then with this one, it was just like I learned a few things. So, and the crazy part is that her content is probably not even fragrances. Let's see. Or it probably is. Shein. Oh, so fashion and beauty. But is that the only? Oh no, she got a couple more fragrance videos. I'm about to check those out. Include those in another video. Probably do like a highlight video with everyone.
This perfume is giving me.
But there are a couple reviewers I got to get into this video before I go. Like Afghano. Have I seen a review? I don't think I've seen a review on that one. What is this about? Let's see what this is about.
I ain't no punk bitch. I ain't no punk bitch. Johnny Castro, aka the original Dogman. He created this little tag series, and I've been tagged. It's also an open tag, but he's called me out too. Now, this is meant to be fun. It's not aimed to offend anybody in any way. This is just to share maybe 10 fragrances in my collection, which I think are manly, which I think are masculine. They definitely aren't for the weak at heart. Not for everyone, and not everyone can pull these fragrances off. Now, I genuinely love this style of fragrance. They suit my...
Now, he's also a cool brother, man. We've communicated on YouTube quite a few times on the videos, man. I like his taste. He's a good character, man. I like his character. You can tell he's just a great guy. One of my favorite videos by him is the Molecule 01. Yeah, because I feel the same way about Molecule 01. I just feel like it's water and musk, and they're just trying to sell you on it. Like, it was just BS. But let's see what this is about. Like, what? Just look at the title. Alpha fragrances, he says. Okay, let's see.
My personality and my style, or lack of personality, lack of style. So let's just get into it. I ain't no pussy. No. G'day everyone, Mark from Aussie Fragrance. This is where the action happens, in here. Anyway, as I said, I've been tagged by the Dogman. I ain't no pussy. Fragrances that are made.
Side note, shout out to Dogman, John Castro, the original Dogman, real cool dude. He's tagged me in a couple videos. I've done the Red Kingdom. I think I've done Cougar Bait. Or no. Actually, that's one I want to do that I haven't got to. But yeah, there's a couple tags. I think Monster Projectors, Monster Beastly Performer, something like that. But yeah, if you go to check out my playlist, you'll see that there. But shout out John Castro.
manly, masculine, just reek masculinity. Now, as I said, it's not to offend anyone. Just because you don't like these fragrances doesn't make me more of a man than what you are. Just personal preference. Now, it is an open tag, but I'm going to shout out 3 reviewers that I think have got some pretty masculine, manly fragrances in their collection. Firstly, Brandon from Da Vinci's Alchemist. Check out what he has. Then Kev from Mercy Scents. Then finally, No Cruz Jr. from Titan Fragrances. They're manly, masculine guys. So keen to know what type of fragrances they have that they think are manly, masculine. Now let's get into it. Now I just realised when I pulled these out.
So real quick, big shout out on that, because I think people lose sight of what a tag is. Like, you're supposed to tag someone to see what they have in a collection. A lot of people are tagging people just so they can get a shout out. Y'all peep that? Y'all grasp that? A tag is supposed to see what someone else has in their collection, not to get a shout out. Just remember that, y'all. And I think that's why, too, where when I do tags, I don't do a lot of tagging. I'll do it. Like, someone say, hey, Seb, we would like to see what's in your collection. Okay, cool. Boom, do it. But I don't tag people. And I think it's for that simple reason. Like, sometimes I just don't care what's in someone's collection. But I'm in the mood now where I'm like, okay, let's see what's new, what's exciting. You know, if there's anything that I'm missing, you know, from the fragrance world right now. But like I said, no one's sent me anything recently, and I'm not hearing a whole lot of hype. And when I do talk to other reviewers and other marketers and advertisers, they're just like, yeah, it's kind of dry right now. So let's see what else is on the list.
Yep. I was going to do 10, but I think I've got 12 here. So I'm going to rank them 12 to my personal favourite manly masculine scents. Now, it's not a review, but if you want to see a review on any of these, if I haven't already, give us a shout out in the comments below. And remember, do not get offended or just jump off. You know me by now, you wouldn't be here if you're easily offended. Number 12, we'll kick off with a cheapie. Cuba Red. Boom. This is trashy tobacco. Spices, woods, and oak moss. This lasts all day for me, and it's great for layering with a softer fragrance to give it that trashy tobacco boost. So it's not a clean tobacco, trashy tobacco. Cheapie. Number 11, another cheapie. Hummer Black. Now this does have green apple in the opening, but that disappears. Tobacco, woodsy notes, and incense is what gives this its balls. It's probably suited to the younger crowd, but remember, no punk bitches. No punk ass bitches. Number 10, 1821 Man-Made Sweet Tobacco Spirits. Get this one out.
That's on the list. I'm going to have to write that one down, because I've heard about it a couple times, sweet tobacco. I hear about sweet tobacco, and then I hear about red tobacco. And the only fragrances that I have tobacco is D&G The One and Havana, or Armis Havana, I think. And I think Bentley Man Intense.
Fortified wine, vanilla, woodsy notes, and of course tobacco. This steps it up in class. Strong and masculine. It's potentially in this list the biggest compliment getter in this list. But these type of fragrances don't genuinely get compliments. We don't wear them to get compliments. You just wear them because that's what you feel like wearing. Simple as that. Number 9, Carolina Herrera, CH Men Privé. This.
Ooh, yeah, like. Okay, so I have mixed feelings about this one. So everyone says it's a great fragrance. I think it stinks. Like he says, we don't wear these ones, or in this list, you don't wear them to please people or be a standout type compliment getter. Like, you're gonna wear these fragrances because it makes you feel like a man. It just makes you feel powerful, right? You feel like an alpha. But when it comes to this one, like, this just smelled like a cheap call girl, you know? Like she had the drink before getting on stage, you know what I mean? So she's like pissy drunk, and it's just coming through her pores, and she just smells like sweat and liquor. And then imagine like her wearing some leather boots, and then the sweat and the leather and the liquor mixing all together. Like, ugh, that's what this fragrance smelled like. But that's what he's saying. It's a manly scent. Like, I can totally see like a biker wearing this at a bar. You know, like a dirty, dingy, pissy bar. Like, I can see a biker wearing that. But for me, this is a no, dog. That, oh my God. This is probably one of the worst fragrances I've ever smelled. And a lot of people would say it's the booze in it. I don't know what's in it for me that turns me off, but definitely I gotta say it's the leather and the booze combination in this one. Oh my God.
Could actually be the compliment getter in the list over 1821. Whiskey, tonka, cardamom, and leather. I just love this one. There's no tobacco in this one, so it could reach a softer crowd. Someone borderline pussy bitch. Sorry, I forget what it is. Anyway, it's a great one. Carolina Herrera. Pretty fake. Now, top 8, and things really step up from here. We've got Bulgari, Man in Black, Spices.
That's it right there. Remember I said that in the beginning, that I only got a couple Bulgari fragrances, but Bulgari Man in Black is the one I want. Well, Dre said Bulgari Man in Black Essence was on his I'll never stop recommending list. And now we got Mark saying, you know, it's on his alpha fragrance list. So that's the one right there I want. I don't know if I want to get Man Black or Man Black Essence. I haven't smelled Essence. So once I get my nose on that, I can make a decision on the two. But yeah, liquor, leather, tobacco, very manly, very manly.
Rum, leather, tobacco, gaiac wood. That pretty much sums up the recipe for a badass, masculine, manly scent. Love it. Just love it. Now, this is a bedroom. Carl, my wife, is going to come in after I've sprayed all these, and she's not going to be happy. Which I'll just say, woman, you got to deal with it. And then in return, she'll go, I ain't no punk ass bitch. And she'll just like, give me a backhander, crack. So next video, probably have a couple of black eyes. Might forget the Glen 20 out and spray it. Otherwise, I'm going to get my ass kicked. But anyway, number 7. Bentley Intense.
There it is right there. Bentley for Men Intense. I own that one, and that thing, oh my God. Like, it just makes me feel like, it literally feels like you're hanging out in back of a Benz, smoking cigars, drinking cognac, and just talking crap. You know what I mean? Like, that's exactly what it smells like. Like, oh, I just love it. But 2 to 3 sprays and you have a headache. It's going to kill you. And me living in Arizona, I've only worn it maybe 4 times. And each time I've worn it outdoors. Angel Johnson, how you doing? Barry what? Oh, are you talking about Barry from Centralized? We talking about that, Barry? And what's your scent of the day? But with this fragrance, I've only worn it a couple times. Once to a haunted house or a fear farm. I can't think of what it was called. But because we were outside and I knew I was going to be sweating and it was kind of coldish outside, so I knew it would be okay then. I wore it to... I went to a dinner to Hot and Juicy or Hot and Spicy at the Glendale Mall or the Glendale Center or whatever that's called up there, Westgate or whatever it's called. I can't think of the name right now. But went there and wore it. And again, we were outside most of the time waiting, a whole bunch of people, so on. And then I wore it to work. And I wore it to my Christmas party at work. And then I wore it to another like function the job was having. I forgot what it was, but it was outside too, all winter time. So yeah, this thing is potent. Angel Johnson says, Holly Berry or Alicia Keys, who is more beautiful? I choose Alicia. I mean, Angel, that's a tough question because beauty's in the eye of the beholder, right? Like, to me, Alicia Keys would be like naturally beautiful. Like if you were to see her, you would like, she's the type of girl that doesn't wear makeup. She don't care. She wears tennis shoes. You know, she rocks herself. She's spiritual. You know, she's very pro-black. So to me, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? That's like to a black woman like that. That's a beautiful black woman. With Halle Berry, it's tough to speak on because she is a good-looking woman, a great-looking woman, but like she just doesn't have everything Alicia has. You see what I'm saying? Like Alicia would be more of my speed, where Holly would be more of a like date, I guess you can say, you know, because there would be nothing in common, you know. I think she dates white guys anyways. So not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying. So if you would ask me who's beautiful, I would probably say Alicia. But if you asked me like who's prettier, I would say Holly, if that makes sense. Like beautiful to me is like a complete package. It's like what I see, my point of view. But then if you're asking me like what's pretty, I would say something along the lines of the American standard of pretty. Like if you typed in pretty, you see nothing but like white women or mixed women, right? But if you type in beautiful, you'll probably see Maya Angelou, you know, or you'll probably see our sister that played on the Cosby Show, you know, or Angela Bassett. Like you'll see women like that under beautiful. So, but yeah, that's my answer.
For men, of course. Get this one out. Pepper, rum, woods, incense, and leather. This one will definitely test out a lot of guys. And that pretty much goes for the rest in this list. They're going to challenge a lot of people. And I don't think too many people sit on the fence with the rest of these. You either like it or you dislike it. No fence sitters. There we go. Number 6. Parfums de Marly, Herod, Herod. That's it. It's even manly name, manly bottle. I'll keep that in case Carly comes on, bro. Pepper.
So Angel, who do you think is more beautiful? Or you already answered who's more beautiful, but why do you think Alicia is more beautiful than Holly?
Tobacco, incense. Starting to see the pattern here in notes of the fragrances here listed. ISOE, Super, and Vetiver. Vetiver can also use very well in masculine, manly fragrances. The earthier, the dirtier, the better. Herod, Parfums de Marly. Then we jump up, Tommy Ford. We've got tobacco, oud. As the name suggests, tobacco.
Yep, that's a big no for me, dog. Tobacco and oud? Nah, it has to be one or the other, man. I can't do oud and tobacco.
And oud. You've also got, oh, that smells good. You've also got whiskey, spices, and incense. Quality, manliness in a bottle. Tommy Ford, tobacco, oud. For the masculine dude. 4 more beasts to go. Number 4. Gucci, Guilty, Absolute.
There we go again with Gucci, Guilty, Absolute. I think that's a sign from the universe. I think that's a sign from the universe because I wanted it when I was in the store, but the old lady and the sales rep said it stinks. And then I just saw it in a video before this video, and then now I see it in this video. Like, I think that's a fragrance every man should own. Every man should have Gucci, Guilty, Absolute in his collection. I don't care what anyone says. It is. Oh, I don't know what it is, but like you said, you know, we're men, we're boys. So, like, we grew up wanting to smell each other farts, you know, like who fart is the stinkiest, you know, or who's scared to eat this, who's scared to eat that, you know, like we grew up like that. So I think that's what we get from this fragrance. Like we just get something that's unusual, and we know it's something that not everyone's going to like, but we're going to like it.
Oh, you could be a man to pull that cap off. Ah, yes. Powerful juice, leather, cypress, woods, and that vetiver is there, and it is used to perfection. You'll get noticed for sure with this fella on. Gucci, Guilty, Absolute. Number 3, one of the latest fragrances I've added to my collection. Misenser incensum, ginger, incense, leather, and woods. So it doesn't have the boozy note, doesn't have the tobacco note, but this is blended incredibly. Now, almost half of these fragrances are created by master perfumer Alberto Morillas, and this is from his personal brand, his personal collection. So you know it is going to be quality, and for what it is, it's a damn good price. You've got to hit your nose on this. There'll be a review to come when I get a couple of weeks wearing in. Number 2, yep.
See, I like that. At least he was honest about it. As you saw, the bottle was still full. Like, he hasn't used it. But like he said, once he uses it more, then he's going to have a review on it. And I think that's where a lot of reviewers need to get better. It's like, we can actually see that you haven't even worn the fragrance. You know that, right?
You probably guessed it. This had to be in the list. John Varvatos Dark Rebel. Now, this would be number 1 if it performed better. This has, hands down, my favourite opening out of any fragrance I own. I drool every time I spray this on. Every time I spray it in here. Oh, rum, leather, pepper, tobacco, woods, castoreum. Oh, nearly masculine. Get it if you can. It's getting harder and harder to find.
Gastorium. Just in case you don't know what Gastorium is, it is beaver booty juice. Yes, they literally collect the sweat off a beaver's ass and put it into a cologne. That's Gastorium. There's also whale sperm too, if you didn't know.
Fine. But number 2, what can be number 1? Some of you may have guessed it. I guarantee some of you would have.
Oh, sorry about that before he finishes. So with John Varvatos, I never forget, we smelt it at like a little mom and pop cologne store on Glendale. And the opening was just bad. We both were like, this stinks. But the lady behind the counter said it was one of the best sellers there. Absolutely terrible. But now I love it. Like, I forgot where I went a few months ago and smelt it. And I was like, I really, really love this. Now, Dark Rebel, we had went to another Sephora. I think this time it was a Sephora, like over there in the Biltmore area. And we were there, and she was like, have you smelled Dark Rebel Rider? And I was like, no. And she was like, it was her favorite. It was the sales rep. And she said it was one of her favorites. So, yeah, I think that may be one I have to get my nose on, because everyone says it's a bad boy fragrance. But I haven't gotten my nose on it. But the original John Varvatos is hella strong. I don't know what it was. It just something just threw me off. It was the opening. Like, it was very pungent. But I do own John Varvatos Pure, I think it is. John Varvatos Absolute Pure. Great scent. Smells like bamboo and soap.
Me young Johnny Snow, he's probably guessed it. Number 1, Killian Dark Lord. This is a masterpiece. Every note in this is quality, and it's blended to perfection. Rum, leather, vetiver, and cedar. This one can get you compliments in the right setting. It is super masculine, super hard to pull off, and powerful, but you'll get noticed for sure. You may get complimented. Beastly, definitely not for the punk bitch. I'd love to know who else owns this, who can easily pull it off or you have trouble with, but you still wear it every now and then. Love it. It's incredible. There you go. What do you think of that list? Once again, this was not made to offend anyone. If you dislike any of these, you can't wear them. It doesn't make you...
Great video. Great video, brother. Let's let him know. All right, so I think that's it because the live is almost going on 2 hours. I had fun with you guys. But I think there is one more. My man's. Well, actually, there's a couple. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, see, he just like me. Like, my videos be super long. I ain't got time right now for a long one. Have I seen this one?
Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Mario. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I really do appreciate it. Today, I have just a quick first impressions of a pretty recent release from the brand Scotch Porter. This is going to be my first impression of Badlands. Alright, so I already have gotten in a full wearing of this, but I'll go ahead and give you a quick review of the presentation. This is the box. Pretty simple. It's very similar to the boxes that their hair care comes in, but I do like it. I really like the copper and navy color scheme that they've got going on. The printing on the actual bottle is a little bit closer to gold, but then you've got the matte navy blue, heavy white plastic cap. You can pick it up by the cap. It's not going anywhere. The name of the fragrance is on the bottom with the sticker and all the information that you would need. I do wish that the name of the fragrance was somewhere on the bottle other than on the sticker, because I am interested in picking up at least maybe one of the other fragrances from them. In all honesty, I got this fragrance for free. This did come from the brand from a giveaway. I won this on Sebastian from Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews channel. This is, I think, the last giveaway I entered before I started my channel, and the first giveaway I've ever won. So I was really excited to get this in the mail. Got it last week, got my first wearing in, and this was very surprising. Let me tell you why. So if you go on their website or if you look on the box, they only list 3 notes for Badlands. There's grapefruit, balsam, and Haitian vetiver.
That happens quite a bit. I had 2 fragrances that only listed 3 notes, and I'm like, what? That's when that nose got to kick in.
So I've tried a few fragrances from different men's lifestyle brands or men's shaving brands. So with that type of note breakdown, I was expecting something that was a little bit more traditional, masculine, especially with the citrus vetiver combination, maybe something more similar to Terre de Hermes or Tom Ford's Grey Vetiver. But this is completely different. What they're doing with Badlands, of course, like I said, is just the 3 notes that are listed, but this is actually, to my nose, a very unisex fragrance. In the heart, there is a very watery flower note that I'm picking up, and for me, that actually dominates the fragrance more so than the notes that are listed on the box. So this is a pretty floral fragrance for me. Like I said, it's kind of a watery floral. I don't know if it's a water lily for sure, but that would be my guess. It is thickened up by some clean balsams, nothing too thick or too smoky, just a light clean smokiness added to it. And then the grapefruit note in here, it doesn't behave like your typical grapefruit note would. It's not extremely bitter, and to me it doesn't even come off as a top note.
Yeah, sometimes you have to be careful with that grapefruit note. Like he says, bitter, you're gonna get that. Like, it's gonna be all up in your nose. To me, it reminds me of like sage or like some type of herb, like a very strong, like earthy herb. When it's in fragrances, weird. It's hard to explain.
It's after about the first 15 to 20 minutes of getting this watery floral smell with a little bit of, you know, smoke from the balsam and the vetiver, and of course some woods from the vetiver. And then you start picking up a little tartness, kind of like the rind of a grapefruit, but that doesn't come in until later. And it's just a little bit on the top, and it lasts throughout the fragrance, but it comes in more so like a mid note to my nose. I don't really get any top notes on here. It kind of goes straight into the heart of the fragrance, which I don't mind. Now, this is listed as a eau de parfum. Like I did say, if I didn't already say, the sprayer on here, it's a pretty fine mist. So it does last on my skin. I do get longevity and lasting power as a eau de parfum, but Since this is coming from a line that typically does, you know, skincare, hair care, this isn't exactly the type of performance that you would get from a fragrance that might come from your standard fragrance company. This is a little bit of a lighter wear, but you can easily amp it up by just spraying closer to skin so the mist doesn't have as much room to dissipate, and just overspray or respray throughout the day. I do find this to be an extremely unisex fragrance. The floral note is the heart, like I said.
Side note, our brother loves unisex fragrance. I believe him and his old lady, like, they share them.
It's got some smoky vetiver. My wife actually really liked it and looks forward to wearing it herself, which is just real surprising. I wasn't really expecting that from the brand. I didn't mean to prejudge them, but that's something I'm actually just excited to see, that for a men's brand that, like I said, focuses on shaving products, skincare, hair care, is offering some fragrances that aren't 100%, you know, burly, rustic, masculine barbershop fragrances. This is something completely different than what I was expecting, especially just looking at the notes. Again, citrus, balsam, vetiver. You guys know that combination. It's used pretty often, but this is a light, smooth, I wouldn't say powdery, but it is a little bit makeup-y. I guess from the floral note. Again, I can't really pin down the.
Yeah, usually when you get that makeup vibe, it's a floral note. And like him, I drew a blank too. Yikes. But everyone says that whenever they review that Dior fragrance, oh, well, you know, this is, you know, it's like this. And you're like, yeah, okay, got it.
The floral note, I don't get a lot of balsams, just some light smokiness from it, mixed in with the smokiness from the vetiver, some woodiness. So it's kind of like a lightly smoked, watery floral with a little crisp grapefruit on top. I like this. I dig it. I think I'll wear it throughout the spring, throughout the summer. I wouldn't say it's particular for those months. You can wear this any time of year, but that's when I'm looking forward to trying this out and seeing, you know, kind of where it ranks on my list, because this is something that I do like, but it did catch me a bit off guard. I was expecting something completely different, but I like this a lot. So thank you to Scotch Porter. Thank you to Sebastian over at Smelling Great Fragrance Reviews. Very happy to have this one in the collection, and the wife is as well. So if you're interested in supporting Scotch Porter, if you were interested to see if they had any fragrances that did lean a little bit more unisex, check this out. I'm not sure if they're doing discovery sets or samples, but I will make sure that I leave Scotch Porter linked down in the description below. And if you've tried any of their fragrances, please let me know. Don't forget to like the video. I'll be back soon with more content. Thanks again for watching, and I'll check you out next time. Peace.
So as y'all see here, we got our man Mario Dones. I believe that's how you say it. Our man over at Sentinel Salt Patrick says Mark Dones, or Mario Dones, I believe. But yeah, cool brother, man. You know, I met him through Fragcomm as well. He's just like me, where my name used to be Fraghead Said. I changed that, and then he came along, and he was like, he did a video where he said the same thing. He was like, oh, well, I'm not going to call myself a Fraghead. I said, okay, cool. And then he did a video about, I think it's like the fragrances he didn't like. And one of the fragrances I reviewed is the one Curly Sense always talked about, Antonio Banderas' Blue Seduction. And I remember just telling him straight up, like, hey, bro, I fell on the hype train too, you know what I mean? But it's not that great, and it's not that similar to Versace Man Eau Fraiche, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But cool dude, great content, man, down to earth. He's done live shows with a lot of reviewers. I believe he's a big channel himself. You know, I don't do the whole view or sub counting thing, but I see he's getting around. He's doing his thing. Mario Dones, I appreciate you, bro. No problem, brother. Any way I can help out, bring some attention to the page. Pretty much, I'm just going through fragrances right now, seeing if there's anything I'm missing, if there's anything I should add to the collection. It's been about a year since I bought one. I really don't see myself buying one anytime soon, but going through these videos, you know, they're kind of waking up a giant, right? Where you're like, man, I did have some on the list that I never got. Maybe I should go ahead and get them now, but no. But what I was gonna say, Mario, is that bottle looks like the Travis Scott by Barrito or whatever it is. Scott Frag from Barrito. Booyah. So you know, brother, I had to go ahead and hit you with the good like, gave you the thumbs up. Now there's one more Bel Air scent. I think that's it. Like, there he goes. So there's one more reviewer whose video I want to get in here. He's always showing love, always showing support. I have a backup page. He's always on that one too, showing love. Yeah. Yep, that's it, Mario. Yep, it looks just like that, bro. Like the bottle, like when you brought it out, I'm looking at the bottle and I'm like, yo, that's that Travis Scott joint. You know what I mean? But then you're like, no, it's, you know, the porter, and then start naming notes, and I'm like, oh no, that's not it. That's not it. So let's see. His videos are pretty short, so this should be easy. But let's see about Boss Bottled Iconic or Tonic. I hear so much about that, but don't know. Let's see, Mario. That's love, bro. Out of everything I've tried recently, Soul Cafe is my strongest recommendation. Yeah, man. Just the other day, this is the second time I'm mentioning him, but my boy Laurent Reviews. I think I told him. I think I told you about him, and I think I told him about you. Both you guys are in Atlanta as well, and you guys do, you know, reviews. I think that'd be a dope project if you guys hooked up. But he did a video with him and the owner of Soul Cafe, and it was real dope, brother. So I got to get my nose on that at least, because everyone has it. You know, everyone has gotten their nose on it and said, hey, this is a must buy. People make it sound great. You know, it's alluring. However, I only saw one bad review, and that was a female reviewer. And maybe it was masculine, maybe. I don't know. But is that a fragrance? Because I remember watching your review on it. But I don't remember if you said that if it's unisex or not. Because I know you love the unisex fragrances. So is that Soul Cafe unisex? Because to me, it would sound manly. But let's see what he says about Boss Bottled Tonic. Oh, and that African leather. I got to get that African leather that you recommended too.
Hi folks, this is Vic back again with another fragrance review. Today I'm going to review Boss Bottled Tonic, released in 2017 by the House of Hugo Boss Germany. It's a woody, spicy fragrance for men. Let's break down the notes. Top notes are apple, bitter orange, grapefruit, and lemon. Mid notes are ginger, cinnamon, geranium, and cloves. And base notes is vetiver and woody notes. This scent to me is very close to the original Boss Bottle released in 1998. It's more freshy and more tonic, but pretty close to the original Boss Bottled. And it's a nice scent. It's a cool scent for everyday occasions. Also has some refreshing notes, which is not bad for summer heats. But it's not a banger. It's not a game changer for sure. And it's not one of the best release in the Boss Bottle line. It's not one of the worst either. I would say it's a perfect scent for casual uses. For example, after gym training, you take a shower and you want to have a tonic cologne, perfect. Or even for doing some sport, it's a perfect scent too. But very close to the original Boss Bottle. It's not a much inspiring scent, I would say, but it's a kind of scent that sometimes you need to have next to your hand because you are fed up with sophisticated scent. You are looking for.
I totally get it. Like, I don't think I own anything with tonic in it at all. And I only own one Hugo Boss, and that's Hugo Boss the Scent. And I absolutely love the Manica fruit in it. Oh, man, I think it's the die for. A lot of people don't like it for some odd reason. I think it's the longevity, but hey, I love that bad boy. Other than that, I've gotten my nose on Boss Bottle Intense. The old lady said she liked that one. She said it smelled good, but I didn't care for it, so I never bought that one. But that's one I got to get on the list because I see everyone saying, hey, it belongs on the, top 10 fragrances that wear for an interview or a job, all that good stuff. But Mario says, I think it's unisex, but my wife and other women I've seen review it say it's a bit more masculine. Yeah, that's what I always hear. Like, a lot of people say it's masculine, and I'm just like, well, it's called Soul Cafe. Like, a lot of people don't think it sounds manly, but to me it does. To me, it just sounds like a jazz club. You know what I mean? Or you're at a cafe, and a brother is in a 3-piece suit on stage jamming out. You know what I mean? That's what comes to my mind, at least. But let's see what else he has to say about this tonic, because to me it does sound like that. Like, it just sounds like a easy grab and go, like a dumb reach.
For something simple, something fresh, something woody, and something not very lasting. You just wanted to spray it for a couple of hours and not more than this, and you don't need to have something overwhelming. For example, you are going to play tennis, or you are going to gym, or whatever you do, and you don't need an overwhelming scent. You don't need to have something heavy. You just want to have something refreshing, something soapy, and this scent is perfect because it's made for that. Even Bus Bottle Tonic, it means tonic. It's very sporty and very close to the mood of the original Bus Bottle. I would say it's a go everyday scent, and I really appreciate to have it in my collection. Maybe I'm not going to wear it every day because I'm not going to do sport every day, but whenever I go to gym or I'm going to play tennis, sure, I will use it because it's very pleasant and very nice to wear it. So you might like it, give it a try, and have lots of fun with. Cheerio!
Cheerio. I love how he always says cheerio. Like, even in the comments, like, he'll just be like, hey, you doing, Cedric? Cheerio. Like, okay, that's pretty cool. Well, let's let him know. Let's see. Adoring. Sounds like a dumb reach. Cheerio. Booyah, just like that. Boom. My man Mario says, don't let the name fool you. Smells nothing like a cafe. See, there's a couple of them. Like, when I hear African leather, a lot of people say that about that one too. Like, don't let the name fool you. When I hear like Gucci Guilty Black, like, that fragrance has nothing to do with guilt. And when you hear black, you think of something dark, like something resiny or something like boozy. It's none of that. It's literally like Irish Spring, So yeah, sometimes you can't get food on the name. But when I first heard that name, I was just like, that just sounds soulful, man. That just sounds manly. That just sounds like a great time. That just sounds like I want to get dressed up, go to the ATL where you at, and do get some sweet, what's his name? Lemon Lou wings, or the basketball player Lou Williams went to a strip club, whatever it is. But he has his own like chicken wing out there. I want to say they called Lulu Pepper or something like that. Sweet Lou Lemons or something. But yeah, so that's that. Man, so this live went on for 2 hours and 8 minutes. I went on here, showcased a couple fragrance reviewers. There are a couple of content creators in the comment section, guys. If you want to go ahead and network and become YouTube friends, go ahead, do so. I just want to thank you guys for giving me your time today. I just wanted to hop online, see exactly what was going on in the fragrance community, if there's anything I'm missing, and just show some love. Give some support back to the people since y'all show so much support to me. So with that being